Slobodan Chuk, formerly of Caltech Power Electronics Research Group and of Teslaco. Well, I'll just make some first general comments. As being in power electronics field for last over 50 years, half of that as professor of power electronics and all 50 years designing products, I believe that I have something to say on the topic of academic research versus practical designs in power electronics.
So, do you have a question?
Yes, it's following up. That's a general.
I think we're limited on time, so if you get to your question, please.
You already had your 30 minutes time, so I deserve to have my time. Let me make first some general observation. It is widely propagated that APEC conferences are for practical designs by working engineers, where theoretical papers are destined to be written by impractical professors. There is nothing further from the truth. I got my PhD degree with my mentor, late Professor Dave Newbrook, 43 years ago, from 1974 to 1976, and became Professor at Caltech in 1997.
Excuse me, Professor.
Yes, I do have a question. Okay.
Then get to it, please.
I'll get to it, and then I'll get back to this.
Get back to your question, please.
Next question.
Yes, Professor Chuk, are you so kind to formulate your question now?
Bob White posted widely. This is my question. I just finished reviewing digest for APEC 2019. Generally a disappointing lot of digests. Out of 10, I could only fully recommend 1 for acceptance and 2 were marginal accepts. Some were weakly written description of university projects and some were overly theoretical with no obvious applied or practical nature. In some ways, I think this speaks to the success of APEC and desire for prospective orders to publish as what is clearly a leading conference in power electronics. After all, it is supposed to be the Applied Power Electronics Conference. In his other role as moderator for IEEE Power Electronics Society LinkedIn, where I posted one of my patents, Bob White commented, I do not read patents and kill any further discussions. Bob White also elected to erase 16 of my posting without even informing me why.
Do you have a question?
My question is why. Finally, and the question is this. What is claimed commercial content anyway? He raised 16 of my postings, and my postings were Power Electronics Society and APEC conference.
Thank you, everybody.
Decades publishing and promoting wrong technical information by few experts.
We have some questions and still have some.
Are you allowed? If you're not allowing me to finish, you can read it on the Power Electronics Society website and also Power Electronics Young Engineer website.
How would you do things differently in case you repeat the report for the next year, let's say?
So the question is, if the PSMA chooses to do this in the next roadmap, this university research, what would we? How would we do it differently? What we might do different? There's a couple of issues. One is we selected 25 universities that were known to us and we thought were some of the best. So should we do that? Should we have an invited list ahead of time, or should we just have an open call? Right? There's pros and cons to that, and I think the committee needs to discuss that. The other is we left a very open-ended question. Just describe what you're doing at university. And that actually made tabulating the results very difficult. I made a spreadsheet and all the topics were just like this. So perhaps as part of in addition to the open-ended question, would be some sort of, some survey check, are you working in this area or this area or this area, to kind of narrow that down. That would need to be explored.
Okay, thank you. I think it is very
I have a
important
question.
to synchronize research between university and industry. So all these kind of surveys that you are doing are helping aligning university with industry, not identify what are the...
Well, I know that your institution is one of the better ones at doing that, right? So,
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, any further questions for...
I have a question. What is the objective of having a question after
so
presentation?
We're going to move to... there was a question there, okay.
Oh,
please, Brian.
Squeeze in a quickie.
Right.
Hey, thanks. Brian Johnson, Power Rocks. Thanks for the synopsis, Bob. One thing, I've noticed a trend that in recent years, especially with more undergraduate programs focused on power coming out, that it seems like there's a palpable shift in students coming out where there's far more focus on
Disconnected microphone. This is a public
simulation
forum. This is a
and
First
modeling,
Amendment
but,
right.
but less of
right?
a focus on actually
Ridiculous.
building and testing and qualifying power supplies. So I was just curious if you observed any of that and had any further comment on that. Thank you.
Well, yes, because simulators are way cheaper than test equipment. So, you know, and it is a way to at least get some idea, but there is nothing that, especially in the field of power electronics, which is, I mean, that's what got me into power electronics. I mean, I originally started out studying electromagnetics, and it was like, I can't grab it. And then I ended up in the power lab, and it's like, wow, this is real, you know, I can work with this. So you really do need that hands-on experience. I mean, that's why I teach a project lab at the University of Colorado for students going into industry, right? But it is resource intensive. I mean, it's money for the lab space, it's money for the equipment, it's money for the parts and components. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be tough to overcome that, but it is critical. I agree, it's critical. But I've got hands-on experience.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Yes. Our next speaker is Seth Sanders on flywheel energy storage. What I may say about Seth is that if you try to find